Rogers Trough Trailhead. Welcome, friends, to the beginning of section 18 of the Arizona Trail. I'm actually recording this as part of a multi-day backpacking trip, and if you want to see what's happened to this point, go back and watch section 19. We're in a push for water, so I'm actually probably going to grab just a little bit out of this water that some amazing trail angel has left here for us. We got a pretty good climb out ahead of us up and over Montana Mountain, and then after that it's going to be mostly downhill. We're pushing to get to a cattle trough that is still probably 10 miles down the trail at least. Today we're working on about an 18.5 mile day. It is almost mid-November and it is unbelievably hot out here. All the creeks are dry, and other than things like this, there's no water. So very appreciative of whoever left this water here, because I'm about to get some. Thank you for the water, sir, or ma'am. Tree stump that's got a sign on here. Looks like we're going back into the soups. And there's our AZT sign. So southward bound. Looking out at the canyon we're coming up. Our trail. So as soon as we leave the trailhead heading south, it's climbing good. This is section 18, Reavis Canyon. It's the name of this, which I'm not sure how this is called Reavis Canyon when his ranch is go down the valley, and when you get to that big wall, hang a right and go up and over another pass, and you'll actually find the valley where his ranch was. So why this is Reavis Valley out here, I don't know. But that's what it's called. 18.5 miles. Rolling southbound Rogers Trough to Picketpost. It's about the middle of the day. 11:30, somewhere in there. Obviously, we're not doing all 18 today. The next for shore water is going to be about 9 miles up the trail here, and then about a mile past that, some good camping. So that's where we're headed for today. If we can get another 10, with this huge climb we're doing, I'm gonna call it a good day. Steamy. Man, popular spot. Look at all these guys. But I think I see why. Is that not amazing? Look at this view. I wish it wasn't so hazy, because you could see everything. Ooh. Wow. So epic. Alright, our trail dips off the road up here somewhere, but supposedly there is a user trail that goes to the top of this mountain and then drops back down the other side. So I'm going to look and see if I can find it. Alright, the AZT kind of skirts around the edge of this thing. I think this is the user track that's going to take me up to the summit. Look at these amazing 360 views. We did it, friends. Summit of Montana Mountain. All right, I'm gonna drink some water, have a snack, sit and rest and enjoy this view for a while, and then carry it on. That next big mountain you see way out there, it's all kind of pointy, sticking up right there. It's Picketpost. That's how much further we got to go. And looking over this way, this is where we spent last week. Weaver's Needle. You can kind of see it, the middle layer of the mountains right there. You got the first layer going up, and then it looks like a tip of a glove sticking up, and then a bigger ridge behind it. That's Weaver's Needle. We're just soaking it in, letting the shirt get dry back here because it was pretty sweaty. And then we're gonna keep on going on out around this way and drop down and reconnect back with the trail. Ah, beautiful day, beautiful, beautiful views. Boy, I tell you, one of those views you just hate to leave. But you can't stay up there all day. And you know what? I mean, that was a perfect pit stop. I got there right at noon. Had an awesome view with my lunch. And now we got about 8 more miles between us and the next known water source. There may be water at a trailhead in like 6 miles. This is a little, but the only thing we can count on for sure is the cement trough, the cattle tank that we know is full. The 8 miles that we have between here and camp, pretty much all downhill. I think we're gonna find ourselves heading out through this canyon over here if I was guessing. Very warm out here, very warm. Trying to just take it easy and coast down this hill. You know, one thing I'm learning in the desert Southwest is the later in the day it gets, the slower going you should get. It just works out that way because it gets hotter and hotter, and it takes more and more water to keep moving. We're getting our way down. These mountains, I'm just telling you what, man. They're not the big, craggy, snow-covered ones, or even granite, you know, or even lava-covered ones like what you get in Washington or Colorado. But they are big freaking mountains, no matter how you look at it. From top to bottom, hiking up and down these things is every bit a challenge as going up and down the mountains in Washington or Montana or anywhere really. We're about 5.5 miles from the water and camp. Coming down that thing took much longer than expected. I'm glad I was coming down it and not going up it this time of day. That would be brutal. So I'd say if you got to climb that rascal, start early. Hit it before it's hot. Maybe even before the sun shines on you. Does it look hot? It's hot. Gorgeous though. So quiet. Now, do you notice anything about this particular cactus? Do you see this big knob right here, this big structure? That is a bird's nest. A bird is brave enough to build his little nest in there. And his entrance is actually right there. And he is in there. I wish I could get the light to show up and show him better. But he is in there. I can see him moving around a little bit. Nice shady spot. See how he makes his own shade? That big house, all shade. And he's in a cactus, so who's gonna try to get him? Nobody. Smart bird. Maybe that's the cactus wren. Mud Spring. Looks a little dry. Nice camping. Look at all the swallows up the hill. Nice campsite right here. But no water, no bueno. We got to keep moving. This is a old corral. And I only know that because I read it on the Guthooks app. These are probably the gates where they kept them at. Oh, nice little campsite right there. Whew, thank you, Trail Angels. Still a gallon and a little bit more left. I filled up my little 1 liter jug, but that's really all I need. Pretty cool looking map of the trail up here. So we just came down all of this business and past the corral, and we are right here at the Reavis Canyon Trailhead. Nice view of the rest of the trail going south. There's the canyon we came out of. About 2 more miles to camp. Who remembers being up on top of that highest ridge back there? Having lunch about 3.5 hours ago. Enjoying that big amazing view. Had no idea this is where we were going to end up. Saguaros, happy saguaros, pretty saguaros. And then we have this guy. What happened to you? That dude is just crazy looking. There's our oasis we're headed for. We're gonna get water, and then we got about a mile road walk, and there's supposed to be some good campsites. It ain't the prettiest, but it's water. All right, I'm all watered up again. I can feel it. 5.5 liters of water. So anyway, now we're going to backtrack back to the trail and then journey on about another 1.5 miles. And that is where we should cross a road and hopefully find a campsite. I do so enjoy all the varieties of cactuses in the desert. Beautiful sunset. I am still looking for a spot to camp. Well, friends, I am going to call it right here. This one ain't been used in a long time, but clearly a stoop, which is what I saw. Somebody built some kind of a little shelter back in there. I ain't trying to mess with all that, but I will take advantage of this area right here to try to get my tent set up. We'll find somewhere. First things first, we gotta get food going. Wow, big day. Ended up being like 19.5 miles, I think. I am just so tired. Yeah, see, good day. Tomorrow we got basically 7 miles, and then we will be finished with AZT section 18, Reavis Canyon. That's going to do it for me. I will see y'all in the morning. Good night. Good morning, friends. It is day number 4, our last day. Honestly, just like every trip, I'm always a little sad on the last day. You get to enjoy the simple pace of life out here. Get up, drink coffee and eat, walk all day, stop, eat, go to sleep. Next day, wash, rinse, repeat. It's pretty simple, basic lifestyle, and it definitely agrees with me. But the flip side of that coin is we are going home today. We get to see Mindy and the girls, and definitely ready to see my family again. Time out on the trail always makes me appreciate and miss my family when I'm gone. So looking back this way, kind of got this big mountain in the background. Over his shoulder in the back, you can still see part of Montana Mountain, which is where we were at yesterday for lunch. Today we're heading down this canyon. Looks like it's going to narrow up a little bit maybe as we go through. This is, I think, Whitford Canyon, something like that. It was a great night. Slept good. Actually slept really hard. Woke up about 2 o'clock this morning and was ready to go. Obviously wasn't going to take off at 2 o'clock, so hung out, listened to a little bit of music, and eventually I fell back asleep. But yeah, beautiful morning. I'm going to finish relaxing and watching the sunrise. And we're going to load up and make our short little jaunt back out of here. This is a pretty canyon. Saguaroville. Here's a good look at Whitford Canyon. Pretty sure we're just gonna wind our way down and out that end of it. See if we can get through here before the sun hits us. You can feel the heat building already. Look at all the saguaros. Man, what a peaceful, relaxing morning on the trail it is. Just taking a real laid back, easy approach since we only got 7 miles to do today. You know, out here on this trail, there's reasons that you have to knock out big days. And usually it has to do with the water locations. But what I'm finding is, as I get older, I'm less interested in trying to hike a whole bunch of miles in a day, as opposed to hiking less miles at a leisurely pace and really just kind of being relaxed and enjoying it. Just fixing to roll up out of Whitford Canyon here. Such a pretty scene. I like Whitford Canyon. Well, looks like the trail's dumped us out of the canyon. Kind of out here in the semi-flats. There's the canyon we just came out of. Real nice walk. Whitford Canyon. I'm a fan. So we've got probably 4.5 miles or so on back to camp at this point. No real elevation to speak of for the day other than a gradual downhill descent. Probably why it's so hot so early. It's funny, within an hour I went from puffy jacket and beanie on my head to shorts and my hiking t-shirt. And what's really crazy is like 3 hours before that I was shivering in my tent because it was so cold. That's actually the desert for you. Yeah, and that's me slip sliding on this kind of stuff. All right, before we go over the ridge here, one final look back where we came from. About to go over this ridge, and there is Picketpost Mountain. Woohoo! About 3.5, 4 miles to go yet. This has been a very nice hike this morning. Section 18, going from north to south. It's not a bad route. Definitely not a tail kicker like section 19 was. One big up, one big down, and then after that you got a few rollers out here in the valley, but nothing crazy. Some beautiful canyon country down in there. That Whitford Canyon, people had commented that there was a lot of campsites down in there. I'll say this, there were several spots where you could make camp, but there were, other than the one that I camped at, I saw no other like already established camping sites or camping areas. So either everybody's picking a different one and they're doing a really good job of leaving no trace, and it just looks like nobody's ever camping in there, or people just really don't camp in there. I don't know. Section 18, Reavis Canyon. I did read last night that one of these canyons we walked up was a canyon that Mr. Reavis used to haul his fruits and vegetables, because I guess he sold fruits and vegetables in the town of Superior, and he used one of these canyons as a route to get his vegetables and fruits out of the mountains and down to the town of Superior. So a little interesting trivia for you as to how Reavis Canyon section 18 got its name. We got probably 3.5 miles to go yet. I expect it's going to look mostly like this. Just some really wide open, very toasty desert country. And so yeah, unless anything new comes up, this has been section 18. The last hiker to come through here. This is all that's left. Just kidding. I think it's a cow bone. You want to make a left at the bones. Ooh, it's nice and cool in here. Shade is good. We're almost there. Right on, right on. Right over there is the parking lot, which means, my friends, this is the end of section 18, Reavis Canyon. It's been a fun little section, honestly. Nice mix of little canyon walking, a whole lot of wide open desert walking. Got a little bit of trees up there by Montana Mountain. Great view from up there. Whitford Canyon, definitely a highlight on this section. Not much water though, at least right now, not much water. So make sure you plan accordingly or check the registers. Section 18, it's been a good one. I really enjoyed it. And hopefully from watching this, you got a good idea what you're in for if you're about to hike this section. So thanks for watching. Catch you next time.